Hello, hello. Welcome to Women of Our Infinite Company. It is Wednesday at 10 a.m. and I am so happy to be here with you. As you can see, I am your presenter, Rosemary Beyer. It is my great pleasure to be, with all of you amazing, super powerful women. And I just want to applaud you for taking a minute, just saying, okay, I'm going to give myself 30 minutes and I'm going to grow myself and do something for myself. Maybe you're curious and you're here for your first time. And so I just want to say thank you. I'm going to show up powerfully for you today. And it is my pleasure as a business director here at Our Infinite Company to share with you the mission and the vision of what it is that we do. But just a little bit of background about myself. I'm here in Garland, Texas. I don't know about you, but leave for me in your chat. You wouldn't believe it. In 5 short years of starting this incredible company just here in Dallas, Texas, we have spread all over the nation. Yes, there is truly you want to call it maybe an epidemic that I was suffering from. Just to give you a little bit about my background while you're dropping in the chat for me where you're from. I don't know if you can relate to this, but I actually grew up here in Dallas. I went to public school here in Dallas. My dad's a teacher and my mom is deaf. And so, I was living my life, whatever. I used to be really into playing my Walkman and playing soccer. And I was really into Janet Jackson, Paula Abdul. Those were my gals. And I was not worried about a thing. I just, was living my life. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. I didn't really know. I knew I wanted to be a mom. And I'm so blessed to be able to be a mom of 3 boys. I'm a boy mom. So if you're a boy mom, give me some blue heart emojis or something cute. Let me know. I think that, so many of us, whether you have biological children or not, we are mothers of the community, right? Like you might be an aunt or, those are so important as well. Or even like a leader where you're mentoring to other women that are not even your biological children. But kind of getting back to my story, I felt like because of my status, right? So like because my mom and dad were not rich and my mom was deaf, I kind of had these excuses why I grew up not knowing how to have good credit. And like, I don't know if you can relate, but when I was 18 and I graduated high school, I got an application. I want to say it was to like a Wells Fargo credit card or something like that. And I was petrified of credit. My mom and dad were really bad with credit. And no, this webinar is not about credit, but I'm just curious to know like where your background is with financial education, because we are going to talk about that and the mission of what we do. But I'm just curious to know, does anybody else have like, or maybe grew up in a culture of maybe like where you didn't talk about money, or where it was culturally just not really spoken about generationally? You were not allowed to ask questions about money whatsoever. And girlfriend, if you are a woman, you are not to be talking about money. Do not you dare talk to your parents about their life insurance, their retirement, who's going to take care of them when they get sick, all of these things. It is just not polite. And I'm wanting to know, I grew up in Dallas. I don't know, can you relate to that? Because there are real stigmas around women and money. But now in 2023, I can flip on YouTube in a heartbeat and receive financial education. And, that's what I was looking for this crazy day when I just was stressed out about my kids. And you know what? Something happened to someone in my small community where a father passed away unexpectedly, and she was pregnant and her son was, it was really sad because he was only 4. But it was because someone had given that family an opportunity to get protected. That you're not going to believe this. My peer mom in our community, she received a death benefit check. So I asked myself, do I have that? And so this kind of started my journey of being fearless. Are you there? Like, is that why you're on this call or maybe a part trying to learn more about this mission? I'm telling you, I was stressed out. Why am I not taking a vacation? Why does everyone else know how to create passive income? How is everybody else getting their foot in the door? Is real estate the best option? Is retire? I mean, how do I get my credit? Like, are these things keeping you up? What happens to me if I die driving my kids home? Is my husband covered with enough? Like, I never thought about these things until that day when I was 31 years old. I could not sleep. Have you been there, or am I like alone on an island here? If you feel bold, you can unmute and be like, I've been there. Because I feel like it's such a devastating or like kind of scary feeling of, does everybody else know something that maybe I don't know financially? And how do I learn more? Because this is real for me. But what I found out was when I was bold and fearless was when I started asking questions. Guess what? I found the answers. I found the answers. And this is literally biblical, ladies, where it says, ask, hello, if you don't ask, you're not going to get it, right? So it's like, I asked. I said, hey, so what do you do? And that's all I said. And it was this amazing, fierce person, this woman, right? So another woman pouring into me, and she handed me some information and it changed my entire life. It was like a 40-page book, a small book. That's all she gave me at a lunch. And it changed my life. And from there, I actually decided I want to go, and I didn't even get a chance to tell you because I'm so passionate about what got me here. I used to deliver babies, believe it or not. I used to empower women and their partners. Hey, let's have a baby. Let's have that baby at the hospital, at your house, at a birthing center. I just was there as a childbirth educator, a lactation consultant, board certified, a student apprentice midwife, literally catching life forms coming into this world, watching women transform and realizing, hey, if I want to make more money, I got to deliver more babies. No vacation. You got to make more. You got to do more. I didn't know leverage. I didn't know any of those things. I had no idea. I promise you that when I asked that key turning question, right? What do you do? And then the person responded, I educate people on how to make money work for them. Hello? And to protect their families. You've got to be kidding me. So that's all I was looking for and praying for. Now that I've started on this journey, I've kind of perceived myself as like even better than your doula, right? So I'm talked about every year in a different way. And what I'm going to share with you today about our mission of our company is, I don't know if you can tell, I have fallen in love. I only do what I really love to do. How many people can say that in their daily job? Or are they trading their dreams? And maybe I didn't think that my dream, right, was gonna like be so sexy and do financial services, right? Like some would debate if that's actually sexy. You might think it's sexier to be a makeup artist or like a fashion designer or like a lawyer. I don't know, like what is your sexy? But I tell you what I do, what I fell in love with was that what I ultimately wanted to do was transform lives. I wanted to be a difference maker and a curse breaker. I wanted to be the first one to make these massive moves that were going to last generations because I just felt different. I was like, I am literally not like everybody else. I don't think the same way. You cannot contain these things. Like, doesn't Beyonce say, you cannot even think like me? Don't even try. I'm an alien. It's like, I'm thinking about the next 4 generations. And why am I even thinking like that? I know that there is a message inside of me that is just waiting to be cracked open. You got to crack seeds open to get them down to create that root. You know that, right? Let's crack that open today. If you're saying like today is the first day where I just want to learn like what is this mission of Women of Our Infinite Company, you are going to crack open a new conversation and a new layer of your mindset. So I do want to ask you to be open as, I take you through this incredible company of what we are. So what an intro. Rain did tell me to intro powerfully. I'm showing up powerfully for you all because I truly do love what I do. So we are the women of Our Infinite Company. Not only am I business director here at Our Infinite Company, but I'm also honored to be a part of this incredible organization, which our company is actually about 80% female, nearly. I mean, that's so incredible. We're going to talk a little bit about why. Why are so many women doing this? But because, right, we're growing so much, we have so many women that are coming into our company. We realized at the very inception of our company, a group of women got together and said, you know what, we have got to start an organization where the mission is just to strengthen and empower and unite all of us in the financial services industry. Let's be real, right? As women, we think differently, and also we have a different type of responsibilities, right? In especially a male-dominant industry. So we already saw that this change, this shift is happening. I mean, would you agree that more and more and more women are becoming financial literate, and they're also becoming, have more access to financial literacy? So we see that the vision is there to revolutionize the financial industry, where the biggest adventure women can take is to actually daily live the life of their dreams and build them. So we build a culture. It's an organization where we're committed to improving lives by not only empowering women, but also like building this culture where we can feel confident to speak up, to be creative and share those ideas that are brewing in each other, and to support one another and to trust. This is huge for business partners, no matter if you are male or female. Would you agree? I mean, if we don't have trust in a culture within a company where we're building something big, what do you really have? So that is a cornerstone of our culture. We uplift all different types of communities, one woman at a time. And we are all contributing to the overall growth of Our Infinite Company. I mean, coming in hot at 80% of our company, I can't imagine anything different, right? So maybe you yourself have actually considered this idea. Have you ever thought about, okay, if I am going to make the same exact income every single year at my job and possibly have to work more hours to earn more money, have you ever thought about starting a side hustle or maybe getting a second income, right? But isn't it true that there's only 24 hours in a day? I mean, you can't just like keep working, like you have to sleep. So a lot of people just don't eat, right? They just eat in their car, or maybe they skip lunch and things like that. I get it. The things that we have to do to put food on a table is not the same as it was even 2 years ago. In fact, did you know that you have to earn an additional $5,822 this year? It's not even Christmas, guys or gals, not even Christmas yet. Just regular life, you needed to make about $5,800 more this year. Where's that money coming from? This is why so many women, especially around pandemic, were caretakers. It's like, what am I waiting for in starting my dream hustle? My side hustle that became my dream hustle, that became the only hustle, right? And even if you don't live in that hustle mentality, which I don't really, I believe in building a consistent dream life within a great company. But look, I'm not alone. In fact, 12.3 million women-owned businesses are in the US right now. Remember, I told you this huge shift happened during pandemic. Guess what? That created 5 million businesses that were created by women in 2021. In fact, 1,200 businesses are launched each day by women. So more and more women are saying, yeah, I do need a solution for earning more income. You know what? I'm not afraid. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to follow my dreams. And you see so many, in fact, 42% of companies are female owned in the US and 36% women owned businesses worldwide. I mean, it's no surprise as to why women are choosing entrepreneurship versus kind of that more traditional, I'll put quotes around that, traditional career path. The reason I put quotes around that is yes, you do still have 9 to 5, but the economy is changing so much with like work from home, hybrid work. I mean, it's a lot of reasons why so many women are saying, you know what, this workforce is crazy right now. I'm going to create an opportunity for myself, make my dreams a reality. Why? Because flexibility is key. We need to make more income. What about the limitations or the lack of growth opportunity that so many careers, especially if you work for a corporate company, state, or government, you don't have the opportunity to be creative and innovative and have new ideas. And there's a limited cap on how much you can earn. Well, if you need to earn more money, what are you going to do? So many more women are turning to follow their passions. So let me ask you something. Do you yourself still have dreams and goals and wants? I get it. So many times we're like, I don't have time for that. I got to get up. I got to get my kids ready. I got to drop them off at school. I got to go take care of my parents, any downtime I have. I'm working 80 ludicrous hours for a business that I'm not even building. I'm exhausted. I don't even have time to cook, work out. Traffic is crazy. I have to go Christmas shopping now. Look, I get it. But if you do pause and give yourself a second, would you be able to kind of drum up some dreams or some goals or maybe some legacy building that you do want? Just challenge yourself. I get it. This world's like rush, 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 crazy, crazy. It causes us so many times to be dream dead and to just operate honestly on autopilot. And maybe you're driving down the road and like you take a wrong turn because you're literally on autopilot. You're so used to your daily routine that we just move through life. Have you been there before where you're just moving through life wondering, what is this? Your success and your happiness is all in your mindset. It's literally because there is so much fear of failure, of taking the risk and being even more exhausted and not getting, what the outcome you want. It does require for you to believe in yourself, to have the confidence in yourself, and to realize, you know what, I am worth earning more. I am worth being open to take a chance, being open to love again, and to be fearless and to be excited, truly excited about your future. Maybe you're thinking, I don't have the confidence that it takes to reinvent my career path. I hear it all the time. It's too late for me. I'm already going through all of these things. I understand there's that fear, but it's time. You've got to be brave. And sometimes you lean on the strength of others, which is why we created this amazing community, to be brave, to give you that, to go after what you want. Get clear about what you want. I am inviting you in this space, a safe space to give yourself that time. Be clear about what you want. And then, like I told you before, I was bold. I said, what do you do? I'm looking for answers. Be willing to ask. Start with yourself. What do you really want? Can you imagine a better time of year than to give yourself a present of being present with yourself, asking yourself truly, what do I want? And then with those open arms, even right here in this moment, being willing to receive what you want. I promise you're going to want to wait till the end because I do have a present for you. Beautiful affirmation for you to receive. And you're not alone. You're not alone in creating, saying, what do I want? Getting clear on that. We see that if a man can do it, if a Jeff Bezos can sit down in his basement and think of an idea of selling books online, so can women too. They just got to get clear on what they want. And this has already been role modeled for us at billionaire status. And you know this. See yourself here too. Women have been paving the way for entrepreneurs in literally every industry for decades. You just may not think of any of these uber powerful women as maybe entrepreneurs, but guess what? Isn't it true that everybody has to start from somewhere? Everybody was born, everybody had to grow up and live with the struggles. In fact, all of these women, whether it's Jessica Alba, the founder of Honest Company, she just had an idea of a wellness brand. Yes, she's a very powerful actress. Her partnership with her company, with Baby to Baby, has provided diapers, clothing, and necessities to low-income families across the US. And her net worth is 200 million. That is incredible. Many of you may already know Sarah Blakely as a founder and owner of the shapewear Spanx, a multi-million-dollar undergarment company sold in over 50 companies. At one time, this amazing woman was just a door-to-door fax machine salesperson. Sarah actually improvised, this is so cool, by cutting her pantyhose to shapewear under her white slacks to support, under her white slacks, which actually led to her innovation, which is now called Spanx. She is a self-made 1.2 billionaire. This is a woman that was rejected time and time again by other male actually dominated industry, creating women's undergarments like they would know better, right? And so now look who's leading in the industry. It's amazing. Some of you may already know Oprah Winfrey's story. It is incredible. She was basically told that it was because of her gifts, her amazing speaking abilities, why she would never be successful in TV. And she owns her own network now. Not only has her story been unafraid to show who the real Oprah Gail Winfrey within her media, talk shows, entrepreneurs, producing movies, becoming a journalist, and so much more. She gives back in her community, and she is one of the most successful self-made women of all time, worth $3.5 billion. Can you imagine that kind of income? I don't know if anybody likes Rihanna or saw the Super Bowl halftime show. Rihanna is Robin Rihanna Fenty, who became America's youngest self-made female billionaire in 2022. That's incredible to sing along with such incredible artists. Not only there has she stopped, but she may have started as a musician, but her wealth has been attributed, guess what, to her successful makeup company called Fenty Beauty. Rihanna's estimated net worth in 2023 is 1.4 billion. Can you believe that? And she's getting ready to have her second baby. Check out my last square. This might be the most important one. This is where you visualize yourself. I know we deal probably on a daily basis with something called imposter syndrome, but if you actually would take just a minute, I don't know if you ever think about like, okay, I'm going to create a reading list where I'm going to read books that are going to inspire me throughout the year. If you read any of these women's documentaries or books, you'll find out that actually all of them experience something called imposter syndrome, where they kind of had to, kind of take themselves out of themselves and not even be thinking about that they are who they are. Because guess what? When you're changing, how you are today is not going to be the same woman that you're going to appear up as a very successful people that people are looking back and saying, wow, look at what you've done. Look at what you've created. So visualize yourself, even overcome those feelings of like, you know what? I've already been through all these things. I know there's no way I could have success like that. But guess what? What if everything that you've actually experienced and that you've gone through is preparing you for everything that you've been asking for, all of your dreams, all of these things that people put on you, these labels, these, I need you to be this way. I need you to not talk about success. I need you to not, be growing, because guess what? You can create a difference. You have to overcome all of the labels that other people have around you. Why? Because people are counting on you to pave the path for a different life. the different generation that you possibly could be empowered to create a big change. Together, I do believe that we can make that change for each one of our legacies. And how do we do that? Isn't this powerful? I'll have to show you how we actually create this change. It's one thing to talk it. It's one thing to dream it. It's one thing to just wonder, will I ever find out how to change my family's legacy? Will I ever know what these wealthy people actually know? And what do they do? Well, this is that pivotal moment. Women of Our Infinite Company presents two solutions. We provide not only the information, but we actually provide financial solutions and the opportunity to get there. Feel free to go to www.takeoffchallenge.com where you can see our online version of this. It's very interactive. We unlock the gates of what so many wealthy people already know, and they teach their children generationally. A lot of wealthy people already have a full-blown platform like this set up. Don't believe me? I challenge you to call your wealthiest friend and ask, and then get back to me. I actually tried this. I was so blown away by learning this information. Imagine having a one-stop shop solutions platform with multiple solutions and financial education. We partner up with multiple carriers, so we are not limited to give you quality of services and premier solutions and choices that you deserve. For example, ever wonder how the heck am I going to protect my assets for me and my husband if something happens to either of us? I don't know if you caught it, but at the beginning of the call, I let you know that I'm from Dallas. Some of you said you're from Beaumont, Houston, Richardson. Well, guess what? Dallas DFW was voted #1 for vehicular fatalities. So that's driving car accidents. #1 for DFW. The reason is speeding. So when I have this conversation with people, unfortunately, my death benefit claims that I've unfortunately called in have been from car accidents. Ask yourself, do I have proper protection? Well, who even knows? We make sure that when we go through a customized wealth checkup, you know exactly if you have enough or not enough. Most people don't even have enough, but we take it so much further than that by making sure that you have the right kind, right? So we offer term, permanent with cash value, whether it's a universal life, guaranteed life, an index universal life, or maybe just final expense and whole life plans. We literally have something for everyone's situation, so make sure that we get you protected. And it doesn't stop there. If I were to ask you, unfortunately, do you know someone who, has gone through infertility or is going through, trying to get IVF, trying to get pregnant? Or if I were to ask you, do you know someone who unfortunately is having to take care of someone who's going through Alzheimer's? Or if I were to ask you, do you know someone who possibly is battling cancer? Guess what? 9 times out of 10, if I ask you to participate in the chat with me right now, and I ask you to say yes or no, most likely you're gonna chat with me and tell me, yes, I do know someone. And if we haven't talked to these families and they don't have living benefits in their policy, what good is their life insurance policy until they die? Right? Like, we can do better. But if you don't know, oh my goodness, then you literally just don't know. So I'm looking at policies of my friends who say, I have life insurance, I have breast cancer. Can you check my policy, please, and see if I can use it? And guess what? They cannot. Had I known before, had they come to me before, I could have made sure to upgrade them. So for yourself, when we do a well checkup, do you have the correct protection in place in case you were to get sick or injured? Income replacement is true asset protection. All right. I'm very passionate about that. Excuse me. Property and casualty, which is such a necessity. It's so funny. You know, we start with life insurance with living benefits, but so many other times you could probably guarantee me that you've got your cell phone insured, right? Or that you've got your business insured, or that you've got your car insured. So we make sure we do it all, whether it's home, auto, small business, commercial, errors and emissions, umbrella, liability, and bonds. Just one quick call, we got it all taken care of for you so that you don't have to go hunting or look for a brokerage that customizes in this or that, right? Just like a one-stop shop, call us at Amazon. If retirement's important to you, you got to understand how your money is going to be taxed. Like when you go to pull out your money when you're retired, how is that going to play out for you? So we love to explain and break down. Man, this was a big deal for me, you know, learning how to educate the community and tax now, tax deferred, and tax advantage. And you know what? Wealthy people are having these conversations of how to stay tax advantages, how to have these tax advantages, how to take advantage of them. And we are so excited, especially with the constant changes in that with the IRS, with the taxes, that we can offer these on our solutions platform, whether it's indexed annuities, 401k, 403b rollovers, and IRA accounts as well. So understanding how to participate and how important it is to understand your tax now, your tax deferred, and your tax advantages. We love to go through that. Then you've got managed cash flow and expenses. So we love to make sure that you understand what's coming in, right? Have you ever wondered, like, how do I actually get ahead? So many times it's understanding what's coming in and how do I pay off my debt? How do I protect my income? How do I get out of my mortgage? How do I pay off college? How do I prepare for that if something does happen to me and I'm not ready to pay for it all? Have you ever felt overwhelmed? Like, how do I also plan for retirement at the same time? Right? We call that understanding the X curve concept of building wealth and managing your debt, whether that's paying off all of those expenses I just said. But here's what I know for sure. If you do nothing, if you do exactly what you've done for years, 10 years ago, as 5 years ago, as last year, as this year, and you, guess what? You are going to be, I guarantee you this, guess where you're going to be? In the same place, but you're going to be older. If you understand these concepts that we're teaching you, you are going to be forced, because knowledge is power, but you're going to have all this energy going into you, especially into the new year. And when you really focus there, it's going to improve. You're going to, wherever your focus goes, your attention goes. And so when you learn about your X curve, you're going to be empowered to actually change the next generation, because you will know how to make your money grow for you and to live with passive income. One day, we all need to do that, right? And then emergency fund. Ask yourself, do I have enough income set aside if I were to have a medical expense, a loss of income, if an unexpected auto repair came up or a home repair? What if a life event or a family changes come up or unexpected travel comes up, right? Do you have enough cash flow set aside and maybe like just a savings account ready for you, right? And then this is so sad for me to hear so often. Just heard a story yesterday at the grocery store. Maybe you can relate to where a friend of mine, her husband passed away and he did not have a will, unfortunately. And, you know, now her husband's family, right, his daughters want half of the house, right? And so because her husband doesn't have a will, she's in court fighting this in probate. Like, we can prevent this from happening. If you have not already set up your own will, please ask yourself, what's really stopping me? If you know wealthy people set up their estate planning, they have financial documents set up, They have their business plan set up. They have their family documents, everything planned, ready to go. Maybe you're saying to yourself, I don't have anything. It's not worth it. Guess what? Would you even be okay with $100 that you worked hard for sitting in your checking account? Would you even be okay with that going to the state versus your family? Of course not. So make sure that you get your estate planning taken care of and talk to the person that invited you here to go through your total wealth checkup. Thank me later. It changed my life and it started me on the journey I am here today. What this did for me, I want to be transparent with you. I don't know if anyone can relate. Like, I'm married, and so I've been with my husband, you're not going to believe it, since I was 15 years old. And guess what? If you've been in a relationship for any amount of time, isn't it true that they're not easy and they're not perfect, right? Isn't it true that like marriages are hard sometimes? Well, I was coming into the office with my amazing husband and we were so tense. Oh my gosh. During my financial analysis, I was sweating. I was anxious. I was nervous. Like, does anybody else feel a little uncomfortable talking about money and maybe a little anxious about revealing all of their finances, right? That was me. Maybe you feel very comfortable with it. It was no big deal for you. Not for me. It was very nerve-wracking. But when I was in that meeting, I noticed two things. If I wanted to stop living paycheck by paycheck, I needed to change how I felt about spending my money and stop having stupid purchases. So I had to change that. And the next thing I realized was that I really needed to increase my income, and I could not keep trading my time, my personal time, for an hourly wage. It just was never going to happen. So if you don't take this step for yourself, you'll never know what to change. I mean, this was such a pivotal moment for me. So getting to the piece where I knew I had to increase my income, right? Otherwise, I was never going to grow. I was never going to get to where I wanted to go. Have you ever felt like, okay, if I had to say no to one more outing with my friends because I can't afford it, or if I had to say no to one more girls trip because I cannot afford it, or to, just go see my sister whenever I want to go see her in Florida because she says, hey, come visit me. I have to say no because I can't afford it. It's not that I don't have time, right? Because we can always find time. It's not true. I mean, you can do whatever you want, really, right? Even if you're at a job and you really want to go do this other thing, you can just call into your job and say you're sick. You created time for yourself. Isn't that true? Right? And so have you ever felt like, if I say no to one more opportunity, if you see a piece of real estate and you can't afford it because you have bad credit or you don't have a down payment to even qualify, don't even think about it, you have to say no. It's that you don't want to be involved in that opportunity. It's that you cannot even be at the table. Like, has that ever bothered you? I'm so bothered by that. And I said, there has to be a way where I'm the one dreaming about getting ahead for my family. Nobody else is having this dream about getting ahead for my family. Why is this happening to me? It's because I cannot stand it. And I said, I cannot keep living under the ceiling. Like, can you keep living under a ceiling? I could not handle it anymore. And so that's when I just knew, once I started learning these opportunities of growing money, I said, I got to get me some more of it so I can grow me some more of it. Like, is that relatable to you? I want more money so I can do more good and grow more of it and make an even greater reach, a greater impact on not only my family, but everybody that we come in contact with. So passionate about that. When you join our infinite company to create, it has to come from somewhere, right? I can't just keep working all these other jobs because I'm exhausted, right? You have to ask yourself, how many more overtime hours can I work at this job? For yourself, become an entrepreneur within our infinite company. What does it take to create opportunity through this platform to unlock people's lives so that they themselves can see the path of how to create not only passive income for themselves, but generational wealth is actually to be empowered as a business owner. We empower people to actually go out there and facilitate change in families' lives by using our business opportunity platform. So it requires for you to get licensed within the financial industry. We help you do it 100% every step of the way by making sure that we've got your study materials that are guaranteed to help you pass within 30 days. I mean, this is not a process that you're looking at going to school, paying hundreds of thousands of dollars, never getting on the job training. I'm not saying anything's wrong with college. My son is just got admitted into the law program in New York, right? We need doctors, we need lawyers, we need all those professions, right? I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying if you're looking to increase your income for your family right now, especially during the holidays, more than ever, what better way than to gift yourself an opportunity to be licensed and empowered to actually change people's lives? When you own your license, guess what? You are your boss. You tell yourself how much income I'm going to earn this month. There is unlimited income opportunity. And when you're not having to trade your time for money or deliver more babies or do more lactation consultants or whatever it is that you have to trade your time for money, when you know I can actually buy my time back, right? The very high income in the financial industry. Don't believe me? Please take time to ask someone for their cell phone number so that they can chat with you about what kind of income they make. We're very, very proud of that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you see yourself still working for the same boss and not having an outlet? I already told you that you have to earn an additional $5,800. That was just for 2023. The census report hasn't even come back to see how much does inflation truly affect in the average American family in 2023, 2024. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Honestly, in life, you have two choices. Every company has been started by either a person or a group of people. So essentially, you either have two choices: to either work for an entrepreneur or to be one. And it's not overnight, but we already have a proven training support system that is unmatched. It's flexible. We have an OIC university that is online and on demand as well. We have back office support, company provider support, and mentorship. And I'm not talking some basic fly by the night YouTube channels or Facebook groups. No. I'm talking about one-on-one in-person mentorship at 300 plus years experience in premier financial services, not only working locally in the community, but nationwide. And because of what we hold above all things is the integrity of growth within our company, to not allow other people to come in and be investors in our company and to ultimately call the shots. That's what happens, right? When we know this company is owned by the people, which is why you see the people's company, this is why we're able to give so much back to the grid. We're going to go over that in just a second. Let me check time. But also to offer real opportunity for equity ownership. This is an equal opportunity for everyone, the equity ownership. This is not limited to you being a shareholder and to buy your portion into the company to receive a certain piece of the equity. No. And equity is the efforts. This is income based on everybody in our company. WOIC is backed up by our infinite company. No matter how much experience you have or do not have, there's always room for something new that you can learn and room for improvement. So life is a matter of choices. Where you spend your time, where you make an impact in other people's lives matters. Every choice you make really does matter. So what does the income opportunity actually look like? This is where the difference maker comes. When I was telling you we were living paycheck to paycheck, I knew I had to change the way that we were spending money and kind of like what the things we were spending money on. Even with all of that being said, I mean, you can only budget so much. Sometimes it just kind of comes down to, you know what? We don't have a choice. We have to make more money if we want to really make our dreams come true. So it's like, what are you willing to do that? Can you imagine that working part-time within the financial services industry at our company as a newly licensed agent, helping a family to understand, right? To first lead with understanding with their financial analysis and to saying, hey, guess what? You can make a huge difference by just saving $250 a month. So many families that I have been able to help have started just there, just by saving about 10%, even less, like 7% of their income to really prepare for their future and to get serious about that. Can you imagine at $250 a month? That's times 12 months. That's $3,000, right? That they're going to save annually as a brand newly licensed training associate. That commission at 40% is $1,200. So, think about this. Think about, we could only save, even after budgeting, like $700 extra a month. And I have 3 kids. That's stressful to only have $700 a month. Like, what about if the water heater breaks? Or like, what if an emergency happens? Even new tires is more than, if I'm getting all 4 new tires on my, SUV, then what am I going to do after that? Right. So as a brand new training associate, $1,200 is a lot that does a lot for my family when it comes to emergency fund. Imagine being a business director at 70% doing the same work and earning $2,100. What does that do for you buying back your time? Now we're having a conversation about how do you maximize buying back your time, right? Because for the same work, all I saw happen was the 2 and the 1 traded places, and 40% you're making $1,200, and as a business director for the same work, you're making $2,100. And this is again for changing someone's trajectory of their life, of their future, of planning for the future. And that is a big impact that you're having on someone's life in a positive way. And you may say, you know what, I love this. I want to run an agency. I want to work with a team. Yes, I love what I do, but I want to create passive income for my family and actually have an agency and make an even bigger impact. If you love helping families, wouldn't you want to help even more families if you could? And in fact, while being a business director and running your own team, guess what? And helping produce licensed agents, you're able to earn your production override. So this is awesome for you to be able to help your family. So as a 70% business director, you're able to actually override your team as well as you guys expand. And with Zoom, you can expand anywhere. I mean, you can take a car ride if you know somewhere. We have people traveling all the time because our Infinite company is not limited to just Texas. We are actually live in all US states. So this is amazing. You can expand and develop in multiple locations and develop even and recruit and mentor many entrepreneurs in the financial industry. You're literally unlimited to make unlimited opportunity income. We have bonuses, infinite rewards. You can become a referral agent as well. So there's lots of opportunity. Actually, if we really broke it down for a minute, be happy to do that with you. There are about 8 different ways that you can earn money within our Infinite company. So incredible. So just to bring it back, our amazing platform is here to change people's lives, not only with the financial education, but also to implement solutions. But we know so many people, they want to participate in preparing for their future. They want to participate in retiring one day and creating a legacy. But let's be honest, so many people don't even have the opportunity to earn an additional $1,000 a month to actually put towards saving after they've paid their bills and their groceries and everything. So what are we really doing here? We believe that we are called. We literally believe that we are called and anointed to empower women through financial education with a platform of financial solutions where we can take control back of our lives. I'll be honest with you. My husband is so brilliant, but had I not booked the appointment for our financial analysis, I have to admit, I don't think it ever would have happened. Right? I don't believe that if another woman on this call right here with us today, Mary Grace Anasco, had not nudged and urged me, I don't believe it ever would have happened. But ultimately, who's making the choice? We are. You ultimately are being presented with a choice to evolve or remain the same. I cannot imagine where my life would be today had I said no to the invitation to choose to evolve. If you remain unchanged, you will be present with the same challenges, I guarantee you, the same routine until you learn from them and until you're brave enough to finally say, no more. I deserve more. If you choose to evolve, you will connect with your inner strength. I promise it will meet you and you will explore what lies outside of your comfort zone. You'll be taken away to love and you'll become anything that you want to be. Truly, you have everything you need right in front of you. And at any point, guess what? You can change the direction of your life. It's by one simple choice. If you ask anybody in my family, they will all tell you that our Infinite Company has completely changed my life for the better. And it was already wonderful. Who knew? I want to invite you. This is the present I have for you. I believe that when we speak things, that they're created. They have an opportunity to take form and to take life and to become to have action, right? I believe that we're creators with our words. And so I invite you to, you can unmute, you can stay muted, but we have like a mantra where we say to ourselves, and we want to invite you to, and we want to gift you, this is a season of giving. We want to gift you what we believe all women have, because if you're on this call, and even if you're not on the call, you are an infinite woman. I want to talk with you about what is an infinite woman and share this affirmation with you. I made my own path to success, full of detours, but the road is infinite. I am relentless. I am done choosing between working, starting a living, or choosing me first. I am brave. I am building my own life, having freedom and flexibility before building it for someone else. I am fierce. I carve my own path and achieve success because I choose me. I am bold. I am living my own dream. I am confident. I am an infinite woman. Ladies, thank you so much for this opportunity to share this beautiful affirmation. I hope that it resonates with you. I hope you truly believe it. I know that the world calls so much pressure on us to be this and to be that. And I invite you, at least for today, to do what is going to carve out your dreams, at least for just today. Carve your own path, and that's the choice you make. Please contact the person who invited you. We'd love for you to join our incredible opportunity where we are making huge disruptive waves in the financial services industry. If you haven't heard about us, you have now, but you will continue to hear about us as we are spreading like fire. This is exactly what the United States needs right now, and we are here to deliver it in a big way, changing families. We want you to be a part of that, and we also want you to actually experience our life-changing financial solutions platform where you're creating legacy generational wealth. I know that sounds so hard to believe, but if it doesn't start with you, who is it going to start with? We are the people's company where the biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. We look forward to the possibility of possibly working for you so that you can be involved in this incredible movement. We have all of our presentations on Wednesdays, so please invite any guests or any associates so that they know that they are actually truly a part of Women of Our Infinite Company. We have an awesome Facebook community, and you'll find us on Instagram. You can check us out at womenofoic.com. And we have a gorgeous website where you can peruse around and learn more about us. And please, let's stay connected. Send us any pictures you have or any comments of things that you'd like to see. And I hope everyone has a fantastic day and dares to dream, and cheers to you in business. Have a wonderful evening, ladies. Let's go recruit. This is a season for giving. Let's go make sure everybody is protected and has the resources they need to be successful today. Bye. It's my pleasure. I love you all so much.
Thanks, Rosemary.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Such a pleasure always. Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you, Rosemary. Have a
Bye,
wonderful,
Mary.
blessed day.
Bye, Patricia. You too.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
You too.
Love you, everyone. Go make a difference. Bye.
I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose.